In this tutorial, you will learn how to create a composition, import and create graphic assets, and edit the timeline in After Effects. The graphic assets we need for the torque animation clip include the images we rendered from Maya and additional graphics we shall create in After Effects. Let's create a new composition. Go to Composition, New Composition, give it a name, enter the same screen size and frame rate as that of the Maya sequence, 640 by 480 pixels and 30 frames per second. Set the duration, which is 4 seconds for the torque animation. Hit OK. Note how the new composition now appears in the Project, Composition, and Timeline windows. Let's save the new After Effects file before animating. To import the image sequence we rendered in Maya, go to File, Import, and choose Multiple Files. Find the folder where we stored the images and select them. Toggle on PNG Sequence and import the files. The image sequence gets listed in the project window. In Maya, we also rendered a single image for the second part of the animation. To import the image, go to File, Import, and choose File. Find the file in the Images folder and import it to After Effects. PNG Sequence should be off. It is good practice to organize your graphic assets. Use the folder icon at the bottom of the project window to create new folders. Then drag graphic assets into folders. In the torque video clip, first we see the force and position vectors and labels. After that, the torque label and vector fade into view. We have to place these images in the correct order on the timeline. To add the Maya sequence, select it in the project window and drag it to the left of the timeline. The sequence is added to the timeline and you can watch it in the Composition window. To play the sequence, scrub through the timeline or hit play in the preview window on the right. Let's also add the image of the scene at frame 30 and the image with the green arrow visible. By default, a single image appears through the entire composition. We want it to start at the end of the Maya sequence, which is 1 second long. To start the image at 1 second, drag the left side of its time box in the timeline. To ensure that the playhead is at exactly 1 second, you can check and type values in the current time indicator above the timeline. Also, you can zoom in on the timeline with the slider below it. Let's add the labels to the timeline. To add new text to the composition, go to Layer, New, select Text, and begin typing. Note that the new text box has its own layer in the timeline. You can change the font, color, and other attributes in the Character window. You can also start the horizontal Type tool by using the icon on the top toolbar. Click on the composition and start typing. Now that we have all graphics in place, let's start animating.